Gummy drops, dummy stop, No weapon form can intercept the storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, here the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guess. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree. In the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descendant of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Blast.
Crumb TV.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of TechKNOW Tuesdays, episode 71. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your brother Red Pillar, joined by Spin City.
Come on, man. 71, man. How crazy can we go? You know what I mean?
71, baby.
71 is huge.
Yes. We are in the building. You know? Did 71 sound just like 100, man? Like, what do we do?
Just about.
Down.
Just about. What's going on with the family, man? Where are y'all calling in from? Where are y'all watching a terrific TechKNOW Tuesday from? And also, y'all, I like to gauge some of these rooms, especially right now, especially the bag that I'm in, especially the bag that Red is in. I mean, y'all, the TechKNOW Tuesdays team, especially after this InvestFest, whatever your beliefs are about InvestFest, y'all, my career, the brothers' careers have gone up tremendously in technology. So,
yeah, because they got right. Because the number one question that I'm hearing is people are asking, "Yo, who benefited from the InvestFest besides the people that put it together?" They're calling. They're like, "We want to hear from the vendors, or we want to hear from people who showed up." I'm like, "Where y'all at? Like, send me an invite, send me the StreamYard link so we could come and talk to y'all because Lord have mercy, you know." Conversation is a little different from the people that were actually there versus from the people that were on the outside looking in. No disrespect, but it's definitely a different convo.
Yeah, definitely, y'all. It's what we also noticed, and I think we noticed that it was coming up. Is that y'all our skills, and we even said this last week, is that our skills and our abilities in technology are way more expensive than we perceived. You know, going in there and speaking to certain companies, high level companies, you know, making between $1 and $10 million a year. We can't charge them $100, $1,000, $5,000 because they don't really see it as as helpful. Hey, if I'm making $1 million, a $5,000 solution from AI isn't what we need. They actually might need $100,000 solution. And again, if you're on TechKNOW Tuesdays, if you're in Get Money, if you're in the Ascended Masters, you know for a fact that how to make a system, how to do some no coding, flow coding, what a large language model is, what an MCP is, what an API is. You know about Google AI Studios, GitHub, Hugging Face, Open Router, and we're going to talk about that because who bought Open Router? Stripe.
That's crazy.
Crazy. So
You see the pattern, right, Spin?
what's the pattern? What you see it as?
So the pattern is basically, once again, the open source, everything open source was a threat. They started raising the alarm about open source, but then we talked about the circular economy, right?
Yep.
So a thing just dropped where NVIDIA, I think they went ahead. I believe it was Nvidia. I'll have to double check my sources, but somebody just made a deal with like the banks, Goldman Sachs, and all of them to
Yep.
bring in another something billion and whatnot. So basically, now the players, the frontier models or enterprise, is going to basically go in and start buying up all of the open source companies because at the end of the day, they all know each other.
Yeah.
It's not
Facts.
like it's not like they're not in the rooms together. It's not like they're ops and whatnot. It's Derek and Bob and whatnot. Derek just happens to run the open source. Bob has the frontier,
Yeah.
and they're using that circular economy. They're moving trillions of dollars in a circle, and they're basically going to start acquiring open source companies, and they won't be open source for too long after that. Trust.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Similar to what they did, I believe, with the cryptocurrency when they brought Wall Street and the big money in. What did they start doing? They start acquiring shit, buying things up. When it started slowing down, they start buying it up and whatnot. And then boom, crypto is in the toilet right now.
Yes, indeed, man. That's definitely a good view. So how I'm seeing it because I'm thinking, I'm like, what would Stripe want with Open Router? It's a good source of data. It has all the worldwide APIs, systems. Okay, Stripe. What can they integrate? What can they create on that data? What's next with automated data? What's next with open source to closed source when it comes to payment processor? Does Stripe really wanted to add in AI to payment processing? Are they gonna take? How are they gonna do it? What is this acquisition? So definitely hearing that view right there is giving me, where is this thing going? Because I always want to know where it's going next. Like, what are the possibilities here? Because we have to think like founders. We don't just speak like founders. We don't just study founders. It's like we have to think like them. That's why I've been watching a lot more Y Connector. This is why I've been watching a whole lot more Elon Musk interviews, Sam Altman interviews, Jensen Wong. Because look, y'all, here's what I want to say this week on TechKNOW Tuesday. I had an interview, Peace on the Pond, when Keys was there and Deontay Cobb was there. So I had my own little section of interview with the interviewers. And it's like, y'all, the same way we used to wait in line for Jordans. I never did, but I know my homies, they did the Jordans thing, so it's cool. They did I've done the video games. So let's talk about that. I've waited outside for Call of Duty. I've waited outside for this.
Oh, you did the sleepovers?
Yep. Original
That's
Call of
dope.
Duty when I was still like 15, 16, 17. Yeah, me and my brothers were outside.
Nah, that's dope.
So boom. Now let's take that world. Now y'all have to know in the age of technology, well, when technology is up in hype, they're doing the same thing with software. It's just like sometimes we just catch it on the tail end. And then we get in shock. These acquisitions, they're a shocker. But not everything's a shocker, y'all. That's why sometimes you listen to TechKNOW Tuesday and we're so far ahead. It's because developer newsrooms, engineer newsrooms. We have to start to go to. We have to start to go to here. Let me look real quick on my own so I can just give direct sites.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to
Dropping that on the gram or the tube.
what the interview,
Those sites that you've been talking about.
y'all listen to them right now. Go to developers.meta.com.
Hold on, developer. Yep.
Yeah, because that's all this really is, y'all. Go to these developer sites. Developer.nvidia, developer.google, right? So boom. What's gonna happen here is you're gonna start to be early on the news because you're gonna start to join these rooms and join these conversations, and they're gonna be speaking about the technology, the robotics, the chips, the compute, the AI, the software that they want to launch.
Right.
They call it. I had ordered something and then it got scammed. But Atlanta boy, y'all got one hell of a DoorDash scam going. Bro, it's like the third straight time, bro. I order something, original dasher go pull up on it, and then it'll change dashers. By the time the second dasher get there, they say the first person took it. So
What?
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
serious?
yeah, hell yeah.
Because what they've been doing with me is they just not they bringing me half the order. They taking a picture of it and everything,
Wow.
and just yeah, it'd be like if it's some fries and a drink, it's no fries and no drink. It's just
Oh wow.
yeah, and I gotta wait for my money to come back.
Yeah, that shit
So I
crazy.
got developer Nvidia, I got
Yeah, if
developers
you're a
Meta.
developer and NVIDIA. So pretty much, y'all, just how Red is putting it in the chat, you go to developer programs for everybody. OpenAI has a developer platform. Anthropic has a developer platform. Guys, Hagen has a developer platform because they want us to go out there and figure this stuff out at the highest level,
Right.
right? These companies, because look, y'all, they're hiring, right? They're
Yep.
looking. So if Anthropic is hiring, they're looking for more people able and capable to wield AI to get even Anthropic to the next level. Because why? What do we know, y'all? By listening to the founders, what do we know truly? They have to keep the investors impressed. Think.
Mm-hmm.
This is TechKNOW. What do we know about high level tech?
Right.
Is that these founders, they're in their private stages. We're going to start teaching this, right? We're going to start teaching tech foundership at the highest level.
Highest.
If you guys don't know, New Amenti is being positioned to go public. So my mentors told me, y'all, everybody listen, get in that mindset with me. You know how I get. My mentor said, Spin, in the 70s, there were 14, or maybe he said 16, between 14 and 16 minority owned, publicly traded companies on the stock market. 16.
Only 16.
16 in the 70s, Red Pillar.
Mm.
Only 16. Minority owned, publicly traded companies. And he says, Spin, do you know how many there are today in the age of AI, robotics, tech, software, and hardware like you speak of, Spin? Do you know how many of them are publicly traded? What do you think the number is, Rick?
I would
You guys
say
put a number in the chat. How many are owned now? Minority owned, publicly traded companies right now. There were 16 of us in the 70s. How
in the
many of them
70s.
are there now?
I would hope that shit has 10x.
2 to 5. PokeVibe said about 40 of them. Transform said 3. PokeVibes now went to 233. Lady M6. Wild says none. Family, there's only 6.
What?
We've dwindled. We've gone extremely into the negative.
Oh my goodness.
Publicly traded, minority owned, colored owned, publicly traded companies. There's only
You said
6.
6?
There's only 6, bro. Our people have been getting wiped out, and our people are not learning the private to public game. We're just not, y'all. So with that being said, though, it's your brother, man. I'm gonna go ahead and lead that charge. I have excellent. You guys can, study me, study my mentors. The way we're building up New Amenti in the private over the next 5 to 7 years. Because look, y'all. Let's look at Elon. Elon, when he became a trillionaire, it's because he IPO'd. He took the initial public offering.
Stocks.
Right? That's what you want to do because he's been running SpaceX in the private for hella long. Remember when we spoke about it on the phone, Red? That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're building up your share price and you're getting raises and you're having pitch decks and you're having long-term business plans. I'm gonna come to Red's next Get movement, and we're gonna talk about getting funded. We're gonna talk about getting public,
getting invested in,
get invest. So get a grant. How can I get a grant in my technology? Let's say it's edutech. Let's think about edutech, fintech, and biotech. Okay, edutech, of course, technology that will accelerate the way our children learn. If you're in that, they're gonna love you, and they're gonna give you a grant so you can bring it to the city, and you can do this, that, and the other. Do we understand? Then you have fintech. This is accelerating financial technologies, being able to build up a software that you can give to banks. Do you know what banks? I have to paint a picture about this fintech thing. Who all knew that Zelle was a standalone app? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew Zelle was a standalone app for like 3 years.
You said Zelle, the banking app?
Zelle, yes.
That I got on my phone?
Zelle was a standalone app and actually still is a standalone app, but also they've went ahead and got into every single bank. Every single bank's app. Do we understand what we're seeing? We're seeing a standalone app that says, hey, use Zelle to send money around. But then Chase, Wells Fargo, everybody adapted and brought them in to say, hey, we're going to use Zelle on Chase. We're going to use Zelle here. We're going to. That level
so that's
of
okay, so that's why Zelle is only accepted in certain countries. People in Canada and UK don't have it and whatnot. I was wondering that.
It was a standalone app of its own, and then the banks absorbed it, right? Through some sort of contract, through some sort of however they did it. They got into the bank. So what I want y'all to know is you can do it too. You have a good enough fintech product, you can be absorbed by banks. And not only, I don't know how to get a piece of fintech in a Chase spin into it. Start off with your private sector banks. Because once you get into fintech, you're going to realize other people are in the game. And what are you going to do about it? And don't only think about cash flying around, Let's start thinking about our crypto space. How can we automate crypto? How can we automate cash? How can we automate worldwide currency? Think in your fintech. Third, biotech. What's going to help? And my brother Jay is on there. Jay, what type of technology are you in when you do those, when you do the gardens? Tell me that type. But biotech is how you're going to help hospitals. So when we talk about get invest, get grant, get big money off code and software, we're going to start to go over things like that. You understand? How to get a software into a bank, how to get a software into a hospital, how to get a software into an airport, how to get a software that can be used by, because what I want to do is have New Amenti be used by other marketing agencies. Like having users, that's good money. But then when I'm able to, hey, Ty Lopez, Jeremy Haynes, Grant Cardone, billion dollar marketers. Hey, I have a tool that you can use that'll automate your webinars, that'll automate your summits, that'll automate your next campaign for an event plan. Da 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 da. So if I can go ahead and get that into um, big companies, now your technology can sell for 100,000, quarter million, 2 million a year. And then even in Get Invest, we're going to show you how to begin with the end in mind, to where your technology can go simply up for sale because you have an exit strategy. So we're going to be talking about technology at the billion-dollar level. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So be on the lookout for what Red says. That's going to be my angle, and that's going to be my approach. I'm bringing in my richest founder friends. I'm bringing in my richest homies in banking, because I know I have to be that not have to be. That's not what I'm saying. I am that sort of liaison between indigenous America, the spiritual community, and technology. So I'm bringing all the big players that believe in me and coming through. And what I was going to say last is, well, my brother Jay is going to be able, I'm going to bring him into Get Invest, is actually agrotech, because what he's able to do is he's able to help local farms. He's able to help local farmers. Now that's another thing that to where he's getting grants, he's getting invested in, because it's going to change the landscape of how the world works, right? I said some crazy shit online. I got some inflammatory content about to come out. I'll tell you on TechKNOW Tuesdays. But when you create a technology, I got some
inflammatory
shit.
content.
I got some inflammatory shit coming out.
What
Because
we
I gotta
talking
hype y'all
about?
up. I understand that about marketing, y'all. I have to hype y'all up by saying a certain thing, but it's gonna be healthy in the end. Trust me. But
Oh Lord.
once we put the Get Invest mindset together for next month, you're gonna start to realize stuff like agrotech, biotech, fintech, and how all these things fit in to going to get millions of dollars in funding, in raises, how they'll help you do the C Corp, and every intellectual property that comes with your technology. We'll show you how to put all of those IPs into a separate LLC. So now when you have your grandiose technology in the C Corp, and say one of your marketing agency fails, or somebody's going to sue you for something, they're only going to sue that LLC that owns nothing, and they can never get to the C Corp. You might have to lose a couple LLCs in there, but think of your C Corp in your high level technology, because you want this technology again to shift the way the world works. Right. So you don't want one person coming in there and say, oh, this New Amenti shit was fucking terrible, and it burned me, and now they take my whole shit. So we're gonna so when Red tells you that is get invest time, get in. We're talking about billion-dollar exit strategies, million-dollar raise strategies, and I'm gonna bring the real people that really do it, just in case, because I know we have to do that. Just in case you're not rocking with, spin your ass lion, I'm going to bring in the grand champions in that world. So please, 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 Get Invest is going to be the biggest thing since shoestring, and I truly believe it.
Family, I'm talking about $1 billion worth of game. I'm talking about the level of into the information that we about to bring to you in September
Yeah,
is
I'm going to
going
call
to
you, bro.
be they charging at the minimum 5 bands for this shit, bro. Like we are really about to turn this thing up. The like we've said before, our network is our net worth. The best thing that we walked away from the Invest Fest is the fact that our face cards are still good, and we tapped into some very powerful, very influential, and very quote unquote motivated people. I'm gonna keep it a
Yeah,
thousand with you. The conference room was lit. The
yeah.
conference room was like the size of a football field. But when you want to
How they
talk about
do
value, and when you want to talk about getting your bang for your dollar, nothing was effing with the marketplace,
it.
because
Yeah,
at any time of the day, You literally could walk up to any one of those quote unquote entrepreneurs and whatnot. I would call them, I ain't even gonna say small businesses. You could walk up to any one of those businesses, get their business card, get their quote unquote information, give them
Yep.
your business card, have them scan your QR code, and lock them in. The real power is in the follow up.
Yep.
It's in the follow. It's not on the floor. It's in the follow up. So
Yep.
one of the
Yes,
things
indeed.
that I would say about controversy, and I'm gonna just throw this out here for a conversation starter, because the Invest Fest is still in the news with a little bit of controversy. Controversy leads to follow up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first thing I'm talking about in my follow up is, hey, what you think about that shit that EYL said? That's the icebreaker. You feel me?
Yeah.
It is what it. That's the icebreaker. And
Yeah.
once that ice is broken, I'm even getting to see where people are at in terms of how they see things, like how you see it. You know what I mean? And then that starts a conversation, and then we get right into the business.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that. And yeah. Um, I was real strong on teaching my inner city the pre, during, and post ad strategy that supercharges your follow up. So I'll make it real quick right here. I think I told y'all last week. I'm not too sure, but Monday through Thursday, I had a engagement campaign running, making sure people engage with original content already all week. They're commenting, they're sharing, they're saving, they're liking. Boom. When Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are on, I'm bringing in an awareness campaign because it's still the EAT strategy, EAT, but it's on timing with the events and where I'm going to be. So while I'm in InvestFest, those awareness campaigns are going out. What's going on, family? See me at booth 1454. I'm giving out free consultations. The whole time I'm still spinning, but people are going to go see Red. People are going to go see Hit. People are going to go see Jeff. People are going to go see Blue. People are going to go see President. People are, and then they're looking for spin because I said, hey, if you catch me at InvestFest, tap me on the shoulder and ask me for the gift. All right. So now 31,000 people. So you can't always see spin. I'm a hard nigga to miss, but hey, I just couldn't catch them. It's people commenting in the messages saying, Spin, I seen you, but you was too fast and you spun that mug on me. I looked for you at the booth. I spoke to Red. I spoke to Aku.
You was
Now
moving.
what's going to happen is Monday and Tuesday, my post ad strategy, right? I'm going to exclude everybody whose name and emails I do have. And then I'm going to say, hey, y'all, if y'all miss me at InvestFest, then go ahead and click this link below if you still wanted the gift. I'd hate that you miss it. Right? And it's based and it's targeted to people who recently visited my 20-mile radius around the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Everything is very strategic. When he said the fortune is in a follow-up, it's because it is. Because they're gonna forget quickly. And he even said, that's why I say I have inflammatory, agitating level content coming out, because it has to be that way. Because you guys have to have that same attachment. Rashad says that InvestFest is not for black people. But here's what I really found out by being behind the scenes. And me and Red were behind the scenes. We had all the best tickets. We spared no expense. We got in all the best rooms and heard all the best conversation. Even down to super private conversation. I had a really good one just myself. Was with me, Deontay Count 19 Keys. I heard the game. It's like, okay. So when you put out inflammatory content, it's just inflammatory. It's like, oh man, this nigga Spin, man, this man, he got me hot. But then we know how to use the inflammation to hook you in, and then go ahead and give you that medicine in the middle. And the call to action is, remember, I still had you on that gift if you wanted to know how to boo. So that was the strategy around that, John. It's really intelligent to go ahead and follow up, just in case a person did either they missed you completely or they were about to forget.
Right. Because even with the statements that are being made by said individual, it's still generating, quote unquote, they had the largest turnout on their live last night. 8,500 people tuned in, right? I
Mhm.
don't know what was said. All I know
See?
is that this is a numbers game. So it just showed, even with negativity, you would think that 8 people would be tuned in if they don't rock with it. But then he says some controversial
Uh-huh.
shit and he tripled his numbers. Then and when it came to when it came to the actual conference, he got on the Breakfast Club, said some controversial shit. Then they said 31,000 tickets sold. Now, for marketing
Mhm.
purposes, he could have sold 28,000, but that's not what the PR they're not going to say that. They're going to say, "Hey, we sold 33,000 this year." You dig what I'm saying? Who the hell's counting? They don't There's no way of knowing if it was sold or not, but that's how the game works. More eyes get on you
Yep.
when they keep on putting they could not have paid for that type of publicity.
Mhm.
They could not have
Yeah.
paid for that. So
Yeah.
it's like, are you willing to get on the cross and bear the brunt of those nails in your hand to get the bag and to get people's eyeballs on you? Because everybody's not built for that. You're gonna get trolled. You're gonna get unfollowed. You're gonna get
Yep.
DMs. But the minute that they see you in the building, they're gonna be hugging up on you. Da 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 da. So you gotta
Exactly.
ask yourself: is this a marketing campaign, or is this Negro slipping up and falling on his sword at every given take? Does he need to go to Hawaii and get a goddamn a volcano bath or something? Because Lord have mercy, the boy
Hey,
crazy.
that's so true, man. That's so true. I won't say any names, but when when they went on Breakfast Club and said what they had to say, I was with some entrepreneurs. I was with some entrepreneurs that were like, you know,
Shall remain nameless.
Todd and Troy called the other day and said, "How's talk looking in Atlanta about InvestFest?" And these
Yeah,
entrepreneurs said, "It's a little light. It's a little. It's going, but it's a little light."
right.
These said entrepreneurs said that Shad and Troy said, "Okay, say less." The
Bet.
next morning, these entrepreneurs didn't know that they were that EYO was going on Breakfast
The
Club. They
Breakfast
were
Club.
just simply saying like, "Hey, we're hearing about it. We rocking. We're ready."
Right.
It's seeming a little bit light.
Right.
Our choice said, "Say no more," and went on and had an inflammatory conversation about how they felt about the infrastructure and the political side of Atlanta and supporting them.
Right.
So that already boom. They're in the news all week. Y'all see my strategy? Do you see their strategy? Mine wasn't inflammatory. It was simply look at this content. So when you meet me, but they're like, okay, we called Atlanta. We called our biggest homies in Atlanta and checked on what was going on. They said, it could be fatter. It's looking a little skinny. And
Right.
they
It
went
could be a
on
little more. It could be more
for a
buzz
week,
around it.
put some more buzz around it, and even inflame the people of the city. So now what are we all seeing? Red just said it. We're all seeing positive feedback from people that were in the inside. But what is the hook? This is why I hated InvestFest. I hated InvestFest because people came in here with their nose turned up, and all they were worried about is motherfuckers jewelry, motherfuckers this, and it. But what I loved about InvestFest was do. Now, do you understand?
Right. That's the hook. The hook is I hate InvestFest. And then when you click on the video, they say, man, I hate InvestFest because more black people wasn't there. You see how that works?
Exactly.
That's marketing.
That's
It's the
marketing,
way the
y'all.
marketing goes right now. It's not really rage baiting, but it is kind of rage baiting and shock and awe and whatnot.
Yeah, not at
And
all.
right, it's shock and awe because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I get triggered by those titles sometimes. Like, what this
Yeah.
kid about to say? Then I
Because
click
that's
on
what
it.
I'm saying. Like, I'm in that motherfucker too. See, y'all don't understand. Y'all talking about what y'all don't care about. The thing is, I care about it because I was in that motherfucker. What?
Right,
Nigga, we spent big money. We spent big time. We spent big sacrifice away from our families if we did to make this shit shake. And you gonna tell me a nigga say he hated it? Oh,
right,
hell no. Not while I'm in the room.
right. What are you talking about?
Nigga, what? And then they add the candy in there and say, well, this is actually what I loved about it. So, hey, if y'all don't care about marketing and how you need to move through the world, y'all
Look,
listen, man. Listen, listen,
look,
listen.
look, Spin.
Yeah.
I would get a list of conferences throughout the year. There may be about 20 more. You got Afrotech coming up.
Right.
Atlanta Tech Week just passed.
Right.
I literally would use that hook on every single conference. This is what I hated about the Magic Show. This is what I
Mm.
hated about the car show. This is
Yep.
what I hated about the New York City takeover of ATL at Bryant Park. I
Yep.
hated it. And then when you click on it, because all I need is that click now. It's the click rate. And now I'm going to use those analytics. Did you stay to the end of the video? What was my engagement? That's all monetizable, man. That's all bread right now. We live in the eyeball economy, aka the attention economy. As
Yeah.
long as they're watching you, you're gonna get paid. We're not talking about making a spectacle of yourself. We're not talking about doing some blue face Christian rock. That's the extreme. I don't promote that. But
Yeah.
you want to catch people's attention on that endless scroll that they're on so they could click it. They might be ready to be haters with you. But once they
Yep.
get inside, it's like,
Ooh.
because I know the hate train is on. So
Hey,
yeah, I'm gonna
you
have to
better-
do I hate the invest pledge video my damn self. Yeah, I'm gonna get on that. And by the way,
exactly, bro.
yo,
Oh,
comment
he
slow,
hit with
comment
that one, y'all.
slow.
Hey, if y'all didn't hear that one, man, y'all don't want to make no money, man. Hey, he said, hey, I might want to get in on the hate train with you because I follow such and such, and he hate them, she hate them, they saying they scammers. Yeah, why'd you hate them, Spin? Yeah, hell yeah. Why you hate them, Red Pillar, man? What the man? Hell yeah, man. See, I knew them niggas was crooked. And Red get in there and
On the
say,
train. What up?
look, my brother Pokey Vibes, who do the he gave us all like high ranked, high money Pokemon cards. That's his thing. He say what he gonna use is I hate InvestFest because there was no vendors that were selling collectibles. You know what that's gonna do for him? I hate InvestFest, man. There was nobody in there moving, no collectibles. So meaning my culture is still outside of the lines when it comes to Pokemon cards. He tells me about the Naruto cards. He tell me about my favorite shit, Yu-Gi-Oh. He'll tell me about what's all the hottest collectibles. Boom, boom, boom. So since he's the liaison on the collectibles, he should have had a booth, or somebody should have had a booth that was going to structure the mindset in collectibles and tradables in the culture, because the culture's still not hit like how he's hit. So he's hating on that.
Right.
Loving the fact that we all did business, but he's hating on the fact that it wasn't more people in collectibles and tradables. That is an asset class. How are you not seeing?
Right.
How are you not seeing your high-end Gundams, your high-end comic books, like your old school comic books, your collectible Pokemon, and he'll give you real Pokemon, like with the sticker, with the tag, with the card, in the plastic, mint condition. He's gonna show you the real way about collectibles. Boom. Now, when he does go to other events and he shows up different places, they're gonna say, "Oh man, well that's Pokevize, man. He the one that because I was getting ready to hate with him because I know he in collectibles, and he said he hate them mugs, man. Their ass was tripping, but he's about to give you the game on how collectibles and tradables are an asset class, and it's called InvestFest.
Right. This is what I'm gonna do, Spin. I'm not sure if I could do. I can't drop a PDF inside of the comment section. I don't think they got it like that right here. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a PDF with the 50 best hooks. Right. If y'all want to get in this game, if y'all want to get into the attention economy, if y'all basically want to go viral and whatnot, I'm going to drop a link for the PDF. I have 50 hooks that you could all try. There's 30 days in a month. In my humble opinion, try 2 hooks a day.
Ooh,
Try 2 hooks a day. I'm gonna drop it in Patreon when we get off of this show. Let me put my Patreon up there. I actually have free signups on Patreon, and I will make it available for everybody that signs up. You could come in as a freebie, or you
Yeah,
could come in whatever. It don't matter. I'm not even gonna make it. I'm not trying to tap your pockets. I just want to put it in the best place where you could get it available.
yeah.
I'm going to send you a PDF with 50 hooks, and I want everybody to try it out because at the end of the day, you don't even have to have been at the conference. Remember, this is the internet. Everybody is putting on their best rendition. Everybody is in full character. You know what I'm saying? Just ride the train. You got Dragon Con next month. Dream Con just passed and whatnot. What I
Hey,
hate about Dream Con, there wasn't enough Gokus in the building.
hey. What I'm gonna say is, I done said it last week because please don't think it's a game. This November, we got Houston and we got New York.
Mm.
You got Spin and Red in Houston and in New York, and it's gonna be Houston Tech Week and Indigicon. So where all my indigenous families, we come together in the modern time, research our lineage, research our genealogy, find out our tribes, find out ourselves, and then we match it with modern day technology, AI, robotics, so that the indigenous can make a comeback. You feel what I'm saying? So I really want y'all to tune in on that. I really want y'all to watch how we walk this down in Houston, make those connections. So we out there in Houston. I know it's red pill, blue pill, it's spin, it's hit, it should be Pop Darby, it should be if I forget the homies, I forget the homies, but Houston is cracking, and then the indigenous, man, we got something going on with New York. You know I'm bringing the pillars home.
Look,
That's
I
with Brother
just talked to
True.
Ross Ben about it. Because Ross
Okay.
Ben put a book out about the mounds and everything called Free Your
Mm.
Mound and Your Ass Will Follow. So I
Okay.
need to build with you about that to plug them into the to that move right there because you that's
Okay.
a major one right there that you yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going. So we're doing. So what's going on, y'all? It's TechKNOW Tuesdays. I'll let y'all into the exact game. What's happening right now is I'm being hyper mentored by the Acre Boys. We're working on something. I can't speak about that. We're working on something. But my idea, I can tell you my idea. My idea is to use AI, and the way that I'm being mentored by the Acre Boys is to get the indigenous folks their land back.
Mm.
Right. Yes, there's new land, and yes, this is an Acre Boy thing. Acre Boys are going to show y'all how to get land, acquire land, flip land, develop land. My role in AI to Acres is to get the indigenous their land back. If your great great grandfather died on their land, we're going to use AI technology and genealogy. God damn, we going crazy to automatically find your ancestors' land and possibly take it back through a legal walk down.
Legal
You'll be
means,
put on
yeah.
with lawyers. You'll be put on with everybody that's proper so that the indigenous can truly go find lost land. I don't care if it's $5 Indian syndrome that these people got. That ain't it. That ain't it. Me and Brother Truth and the Acre Boys are bringing AI to Acres to a Digicon to where the indigenous will have the ability to use AI software, deep research, and genealogy to find lost land through your bloodline and take it to court and either get it sold back at what your ancestors would have lost it for. And then y'all think it's 2026 in AI. If the goddamn land is worth 2.5 million, but great 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 ancestor, what's her name, died in that motherfucker, got $5 Indian out that son bitch. So you bought that motherfucker for $1,000 USD in 1763 in 1805. Man, fuck you. It's 2026. It's worth 2.5 million. It's either you sell us out or you give us the deed or we take you to court through genealogy, bloodline. That is reparations 101 for the melanated and indigenous. You can't fuck with us.
Facts.
You can't
Now
fuck with
that's a
us.
major move right there.
Yes, indeed.
Because so
So we
many
will
people
be in
fall under
court.
that category.
Huh?
I say so many people fall under that category right now. where they
Come
had
on.
they peoples had land and all of that got jerked out.
Exactly. Again, that's why that's why I'm glad. See, y'all don't see the connection. Because you know where I learned this from first, Red? Pop
Mm-hmm.
Darby and Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do the ancient genealogy and Pop already know how to go get your ancestors' land back.
Talik,
Yeah,
Top
Top
Cat,
did.
yep, the
Talik
whole
and
crew.
them, they already know how to go back and fight the system. So with the Acre Boys, with Pop Darby and Talik, and with Brother Truth and Spin, we're back, my niggas.
Oh,
They
that's a move
can't
right there.
fuck with us. Yeah, the undocumented land in Oklahoma, come on, we're back. They're back. They don't got to give a shit if we were to kick the door down and take it.
Super facts.
You feel me?
There's
So when we talk about
billions, yeah, billions and billions and billions of billions in acres, like the value and whatnot, that are either
value on land,
unclaimed. There's people that are living in big cities and whatnot, and they have all of these acres of this goddamn affordable land, available land, and they don't have the means or they don't have the know-how as to what to do to actually. And the whole movement right now is the reverse migration. That
yeah,
is the whole movement. If you think that the movement is running into places like New York City where the rent is $5,000, or these killing fields and whatnot, these urban killing fields, then you're in an old timeline.
yeah,
You're in an old timeline. The movement, as you see with these how they have these trail parties and everything, where
yeah,
they're doing all of these, the horses is coming out, there's thousands of people on land and they got their own music now, they got their own movements, they got their own economy. That's the move, you know.
yeah. Come on. So that's coming up. I mean, November is going to be no nonsense. We talking real world acreage reparations. We talking genealogy and finding your true past in America. Hey, if you're African, you're African. Hey, look, I'm not hating y'all. Again, Spain, you're so American and you love America. I have Africa tattooed on my face. I understand what's going on here, y'all. I never came here to say, oh, y'all defile, Vic get on that motherfucker and say, "Oh, all that American indigenous shit is gotta go out the window. It's getting worse." Family, gotta
Yeah.
stop. For the last 1,000 years, we've been here. So your genealogy will tell you. Because listen, y'all, break down DNA. You're already 50-50 with your two parents. You're already 50-50 DNA. And
Mm-hmm.
then from your grandparents, you're 25, 25, 25. And then from your great grandparents, you're 12.5. From your
Right.
great great grandparents, you're 6.2. Like, look how quickly you can get out of bloodline. So if it's 1,000 years ago, you're 0.1% of your true ancestors. So if my true ancestors did come from Africa as the one true land of melanin, clay, and the sun, bro, we settled here a long time ago. And then all I'm saying is I'm saying we hear Vic talk about, oh, it's impossible. It's not impossible, Cuddy. It's because, just same way the whispers of the Underground Railroad, the same way the whispers of family recipes happen. My
Right.
family has been going through whispers. My family was never public. I'm probably the first one public about it and so loud and egregious about it because I care, because my grandmothers and them are consistently saying, hey, you're Chickasaw, you're part Cherokee, you're part, and then they die
Cherokee.
off, and then the children might forget. But then my
Mm-hmm.
parents, my father passed it down. Yeah, we Chickasaw, we Choctaw, we got family in Apache and Blackfoot. That's how my family spoke to me. So how can somebody get on here and tell me I'm from Africa when my father got from his great greats a word, he passed it down. I'm passing it down. My sons will tell my grandchildren, hey, we Chickasaw, you feel me, man? Shout out to tribe. Shout out y'all tribe. You feel me?
Right.
Because my great great grandfather's great great grandfather 8 goddamn timelines ago was telling his children the whispers of the war in Northern America.
Mm.
Because remember, y'all all have family. I would say, y'all all have family that watch Christopher Columbus hit this son bitch. That's what they want you to forget.
Right.
You have family, you have direct bloodline that watched them motherfuckers hit this motherfucker and said, boy, we in trouble, man. Tell the homies, nigga. We always hear the Americans, they always say, you know what I'm saying, the Americans of the modern moment, oh, the British are coming, the British are coming. What you think my ancestors were saying about them? Hey, one thing, Big Fred, DNA is pretty accurate on 23andMe, then why can you send in dog DNA and get lineage?
Yeah, that shit ain't accurate.
That shit's not accurate at all. People have debunked that so many times. Hey, if you believe in DNA research and 23andMe, cool. I think that's a psyop to find indigenous and super DNA. I think that's something totally different. I think they find I think they use 23andMe to find X-Men.
Yeah, not only that, I think that
23andMe
when
to
they get
find superheroes.
and they spin it and
Well, to me, you was breaking up, Red. So bring that back.
samples, and they're adding those DNA samples, and they're basically cloning, because you could take a DNA sample and you could go to CRISPR with it. You know, I could take a swab, I could take a cotton swab, I could take a DNA swab. If you spit out a piece of gum, I could take that gum and I could go to CRISPR and I could add your DNA and splice it and make a damn designer child with it and whatnot. So they're making universal soldiers. They're doing all type of stuff with the DNA, but what they're not doing is they're not properly going back and giving us what the hell we signed up for them to do. That, my friends, would be a genome. You want to go and study your genome, or you want to go and go deeper into genealogy and whatnot. And then you got to ask the $1 million question: why do the Mormons have all of our records inside of a goddamn mountain?
Come on, man.
Underneath a mountain.
Tell them something real, man.
So
You dig what I'm saying? And so if I'm in this, because look, y'all, they don't want more of this. This old loudmouth tech nigga about to go tell these niggas on the stage how to get their land back. Oh, fuck this kid.
that.
So we have to tell him and his ancestors that you from Africa. Stop worrying about the land that's here. Hey, you got to relax. Don't worry about the land that's here in America, even though you and your ancestors keep whispering down the Underground Railroad and the underground trails in which y'all talk about y'all teepees. Right? And sometimes divine knowledge, I feel that when people say Africa is literally America, you know, because you can go from pyramid to teepee, right? So that whole game, I won't get too deep into that. But while you was talking about the 23andMe and how Red just brought it up, bro, that shit is bologna sandwiches, bro. That ain't it. That ain't enough. And I seen somebody say you have to go back through the paper trail. Now, this is what Brother Truth is going to be able to help with. Is deep indigenous paper trails, like the real deal, the real shit, how to make it, you know what I'm saying, and how they faked it. And of course, they don't want no more spins in them. And look at y'all shouting out y'all tribes. Do you think they want you to know what I'm about to tell you?
At all.
Either you do it or you don't. I like it. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna have some fun. Genealogy, land tracking. I'm gonna go pick me something up. We gotta do something. Hey, it's a fair exchange, good America. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, you wiped us out before we had the opportunity to get our house back. You wiped us out before we had the opportunity to get our ranch back. Hey, get in with me, man. You feel me? That's definitely going on, y'all. So please be aware. Stick with KTL more than any other time. We are going up and away, but we don't want to get too far out of y'all reach. You understand? So please stick with us. Watch out for the next Get movement. Hey, tap into this Ascended Masters, how I got it going on, and those high ticket systems and those creations. Y'all can join it for free right now. It's a 7-day free trial on there. We're giving away all the game. What they calling it? The sauce on building fully autonomous businesses and these infrastructures that I'm building, whether it's land acquisition, genealogy, research, legal, exit strategies, everything. I'm teaching it. So get in with the Get movement. Join these Ascended Masters. Look out for where KTL is traveling while we're doing, it's pretty much a techno tour. Catch us in Houston, catch us in New York, catch us back in the Bay Area. I'm definitely going to bring my brothers home to the Bay and do something big out there. Those are my folks. Those are my people. So be on the lookout, y'all. I do have a call with my mentors coming up like right now.
Yes,
but
ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
all love, man. It's all energy. It's all light. Please be on the lookout. We're the most anti-gatekeeping technology community on the planet, pretty much. KTL All-Stars, but you're going to know the ledge and take advantage of the edge if I have anything to do with it, all right?
Most definitely are. I'm going to have a show with you and Ross Ben and a few other people. We're going to go deeper down this genealogy wormhole, and we're going to talk about the tribes, because that's where the information is. We got the history, we got the research,
we're gonna bring Brother Truth in too, then.
And we got to bring Brother Truth through as well. Let's crack these codes and whatnot.
And we got Chief Awasan. We got Chiefs ready to come on.
We got legends. Yeah, let's cook. I'm ready. Let's cook. You know what I'm saying? That's what know the legends. Y'all. Yeah, let's get to it. Free your mounds and your mind will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, the next class for Get Built is tomorrow on Wednesday. That will be our last class in that session. And then starting in September, Get Invest. So look out for the promo. We're going to be rolling that out. Shout out to everybody that supported the album, Voltron and whatnot. We're doing our numbers. I'm going to end that with this Voltron video. You could scan the QR code and get a copy of the album. We're doing it independently. We're not doing it through the streaming service. We're not doing it. And we winning too. We got numbers to prove it. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting independent music, independence and everything. And let's keep this thing going. You dig? Let's keep this thing going. At the end of the month, we'll be in New York City with Ross Ben at Nicholas, Brooklyn, August the 29th. So look out for us. We'll be at Nicholas, Brooklyn with Brother Ross Ben, and we'll also have hard copies of the album. We'll be signing albums. We'll have merch on deck. Let's go. Peace, y'all.
We the collectors of the art, the thinkers, the doers, the knowers, the architectures of the art. Triple dark moon protectors of the hearts. Triple dark mega yachts, 444 megawatts. Firm biz, nature, Foxy, AZ, Don Escobar, moving megatons, mega bucks. 444 megatrons that call mega bus. Went from Sega bus and a mega bus as we embark upon a hero's journey. Opening scene in Carlito's Way, laid out on a hero's gurney, staring off afar into the canopy of stars until it landed me on Mars. Mama, my third eye active, captive. Seventh heaven opened up the third eye atlas on the third eye Thursdays. Voltron formed with bird's eye wordplay via the third eye persons in third grade. Revenge of the blur days, the Vic Mensa mixed with the elixir Serpenta. Welcome to the center of a mentor. Ugh.
Got the gods excited as I'm strapped up in my captain's chair. Autopilot, spacecraft, I don't have to stare. It's called arrival. Pass through natural wear and crack the atmosphere. The daddy's here. Them tinfoil hatters that were gathered there just clapped in chairs. Left the faculty of NASA scared. Donald Trump started acting weird. He just sat and stared. I hit up Billy Carson for a chat. We're galactic pairs. Grab the bear. Acid in a chalice full of dragon tears. Cone-headed, 12-foot giant with a gold melon. Native suit, ants-eyed Christ at the Catholic fair. Universal soldier, the predator. You travel in the galaxy for challenges. You clash with me, I'll scrap you there. Warlord, I can smell the blood when the battle's near. See the smoke from the disaster that happens after clear. clairvoyant, telepathic, empathic seer. I'll imagine atoms somewhere and then astral travel there. Fact, I swear, cross a billion light years in half a year. I'll teleport through different dimensions like after Alistair. Magic mirror, summon a ghost of the late Delbert Blair. Alistair, Broly, I sat in prayer and my dad appeared. Savage, I'll attack a bear, smack him bare, handed claws, hit him with the paws like he acting queer. Split his jaw, crack a crown, lost a canine, ain't no lassie hair. See the teeth flying out his mouth like some babonaire. Catch a tooth, attach it to my stab, now I have a spare. Stab the bear, wait and pick the scab, then re-stab the bear. A lion heart, 3 eagle eyes, 2 rabbit ears. I like it dark, I see the sound waves that a bat would hear. Rather wear the fact that I have all its natural talents rare. Physical athletic abilities that I have compared. Bron as a cavalier, Shaq in his magic year, Kobe when he had the fro and Jordan when he had some hair. Vince Carter back on the Raptors when T-Mac was there. Iverson, why we still talking about practice here? Compared to you, Earth is a 3-dimensional massive sphere. Compared to me, Earth is a 2-dimensional flattened square. Oh my, look up in the sky, what's that up there? It's not a comet. Rocks made of ice are not that aware. Not a drone, anything else that was manufactured here. It's a craft, cleverly disguised like a mask I wear. Daddy's here, 3-eye atlas in your stratosphere. Galaxy to galaxy, I traffic and I rack a dare. Fuck Earth, all I see is fags and crack addicts here. Everyone's cursed, God is so mad that he had to swear. Say your last prayers, get your bags prepared. When my craft prepares, it means the revelation chapter's near. You gon' hear a blast and a flash of flare. Blinded, shining like the platinum that a rapper wears. Destroy Earth, leave, look back and cry happy tears. Watch the simulation crash and call Apple care. Out of gas, I stole it from the sun and caused plasma flare. Got his AI, then hit me on the app, I got facts to share. Facts to share. Influence. Then I hack and Palantir and clear the data there.
Altruism, unity, wholeness, precision, authentic love, harmony, healing, activation, tranquility, resilience, consistency, vitality, magnitude, chaos. The rightful ruler's back.
Peace to the family. Go grab that album, y'all. 1000.